Hello and welcome to another edition of A Priest Abroad. Today I want you to join me as I journey, nay sally forth, to the lovely Yorkshire market town of Boroughbridge, wherein not far is a marina, where I'm about to go and look at a boat. I'm not going to tell you whether I buy the boat or not. You'll have to come along for the journey. Step aboard.
Discharges directly into the river, which is okay if you're out and about on the river.
Okay.
Now you'll see there are main sockets throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Those are active when the shoreline is plugged in. But what this out there on the transom. This here is a separate tank for diesel for the air heater.
Smashing.
And then there are a couple of gas cylinders which go. Okay. So what you can see here is the water pump just out of sight here.
Right, yeah.
This is the potable water tank. This thing here is a trickle charger for the battery, so that's connected to the shoreline and it stops the battery going flat when the boat's unattended for a while. And this thing here is the exhaust for the engine. The rest of the stuff that's down here, this is ballast, water container, just an electrical heater.
And that little bit of water down there, would that probably be rain rather than anything else?
That is all entirely normal to see a little bit of water in there.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the control panel there, you'll see fourth down, there's a switch which is bilge pump. If you flick that, yeah, then you can see that there's some churn happening down here, and at the side here there's a tiny trickle of oily water coming.
Right. Excellent.
Some boats have the bilge pump on a float. It's a diesel engine.
Looks quite clean. That's
Clean.
So you just check your oil and your levels and
See there, that's
bang on.
between the max. You've got a car, so you more or less know how to look after an engine. Coolant in there for the radiator system. And
do you have a sort of an MOT system where it has to be passed muster every year?
there is a thing that you need to have called a boat safety certificate, and that's an inspection of the mechanical. That you have to warm the engine slightly for about 10 seconds or so, putting current through some glow plugs which just heat the elements which ignite the fuel. So after about...
Do you have a light for that on this one like you do on the car? There it is, right?
Probably yeah. Subject to a 5%, I think, tax rate for propulsion purposes, and typically garages will charge you a fractional rate, which assumes a certain percentage of it is going to be used for either purpose. Last time I bought it, it was about £1 a litre.
forward, neutral, reverse.
Yeah, that's right.
But no gears as such.
No, well, forward and reverse gear, that's all. And then further along, turn this, then reverse.
How do you control your speed then?
This. So if I push this forward, then we go faster. You'll see when we go.
Oh, I see. So yeah, it just engages. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. This is probably a very good paid memoir filming this.
Yeah, it's a little tricky to get out of here because it's a bit silted up. Let's see if we can do it.
I feel like I'm on some sort of German e-boat. It's that sort of. It's got that feel, hasn't it? No, I see what you mean. Yeah. And you find the steering pretty positive?
Yeah, you can have a go when we're out on the river.
I mean, I've got
And it's easy to know.
I've got an old Land Rover, so I'm used to a bit of play. I'm in the Mini today, though.
And if you look to up, then you can always see which way the tiller is pointing because it's out of the water. Left my sunglasses in the car.
Well, so did I, actually. Well, at least you've got it's a big enough river anyway.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's pretty exciting around February because it can flood. So you see these pillars here.
Mm-hmm.
The flood water can you see there's a line across the pillar?
Oh, yes.
The flood water can get just above that.
Does that make life interesting in the marina too, or are you?
Well, because all those pontoons are floating, the boats aren't endangered. If your boat's on hard standing, then there's it might get lifted by the water.
Yeah.
Bigger risk, certainly when we were staying on board, is that we could get flooded in, and so end up spending a day trapped.
And we're chugging along at. Is that 6 knots, or is that miles?
That's RPM.
Right.
There's no speedometer.
So
But we're doing about 2 knots at the moment.
Oh, right, okay. And would you advise that sort of speed? 3 knots, 2 knots, 3 knots?
So the general rule is to not be going so fast that you're causing a wake, which is striking strongly the bank, because that can contribute to erosion.
You certainly see that when I do my wild swimming. You get these idiots who hire boats from York, and they come charging up the ooze, and literally there's a.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are unbelievable speeds. And you will perch yourself on that seat, no doubt, when for a long run.
I would tend to sit there because that stool's a bit too high for me, but I see you've got headroom.
Yeah, I'm just about managing it with my Tilly cab.
So you mentioned the Ripon Motorboat Club earlier.
Yeah.
Just over there on the right, that's a mooring stage, which is their private mooring. They pay for its maintenance and so forth. So members of that can moor there. We'd often see people who would come down and then just moor up there for a day and read the paper and have a picnic.
So they wouldn't stay overnight there, though?
I might do.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at their website and they did say that, I think you have the option of being here if you want. I suppose you're not near the clubhouse or any facilities then?
This is No, certainly not. Although, of course, you have the advantage of being close to Boroughbridge.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be on this mooring if the river's likely to flood. You can see that pontoon has hinged bars which attach it to the shore, but I'm not sure they've got quite enough range for a heavy flood.
And it's quite a gentle. It's got the flow of the river. I know the Ouse is quite. I mean, it does go a little bit faster if there's in flood, but
you can go a bit faster. Do you want to come over to the right a bit? As with any boat, there comes a point where you can put more power through the engine, but it simply doesn't go any faster. And for this, it's about 8 knots or so.
this is about right, isn't it? Well, I'm probably going a bit.
And this is maybe about, you can go a bit faster than this if you're in a hurry. If you're in a hurry, then you've chosen the wrong form of transport. There are some RPMs where you notice there's some resonance. Everything's a bit more vibey than at other speeds. That's pretty normal.
You get an artificial sense if you're not careful. I'm just noticing of where the centre is. You're better off looking there rather than out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been sort of thinking, oh, I'm in the centre, but I'm nearer that back than that back. Can you do sort of U-turns against the U-turns against the tide, as it were, and
yes, and indeed we'll have to do one in a wee bit when we turn around. It's not too difficult to do.
just wait for a bit of less traffic, I suppose. Because there's not a lot of traffic.
It's tricky if there's a breeze, it's tricky if there's flow. What governs the boat's sensitivity to steering is the speed relative to the water. So moving against the flow,
Yes.
you have much more control at a given speed, given shore speed, against when you're moving with the flow.
I can imagine, yeah.
Open it up a bit.
Well, this is all excellent. I wasn't expecting all this excellent footage and instruction. This should probably be going out to the world tonight, you know that.
Okay. You'll have to give me your channel details.
Oh, I will. I don't know if it'll suit your palate, but it's not overly religious, you'll be glad to know. I spent most of it talking about pagan signs recently.
Did you learn much of the history of the Devil's Arrows?
Yeah, I looked into all of that, and I went up to Thornborough Henge and did quite a long one there.
Oh yes. Not too much to see there anymore, unfortunately.
No. But I've got some good drone footage and aerial photographs. So
Ah, okay. Yes.
it's all part. I mean, I shouldn't say this because it'll go. I'll mention this when it goes on. But sometimes it's clickbait, and I I've done two very well. I said, is Charles III a pagan? And I was referring to the Green Man,
Yes.
which was on the invitation cards for the coronation.
I didn't get one.
I know. And that's had now, it's getting over 38,000 views. But I did it from, did I do that one from Thornborough? I think I did that one from Thornborough. And then I did another one, Is He the Antichrist? Because a lot of people were saying, because they wanted to work out why he had his coronation on the old pagan feast of Beltane. And I went into great detail about it.
Dear native brook, wild streamlet of the west, how many various fated years have passed, what happy and what mournful hours since last I skimmed the smooth thin stone along thy breast, numbering its light leaves yet so deep impressed, sink the sweet scenes of childhood that mine eyes I never shut amid the sunny ray.